Hey all, I am finally at a point where I'm ready to share some progress here on my 1/16th scale John Deere 9RT. This is a fully custom designed and manufactured model of a fairly new series Deere 9RT. This is still prototype. It's actually the second prototype. Here's the first one, which was a pretty cool model also. Fully hydraulic, remote control as well, but mostly 3D printed here, so it lacked some of the features, some of the weight that it needed to really be realistic. So this model here is mostly CNC milled and laser cut with a few 3D printed components, and even right now it still has a stolen hood here off of a 9570 RX, but we'll change that soon enough. So yeah, just wanted to demonstrate a little bit some of the features that make this thing unique. Yeah, so like I said, this is all fully custom designed here, and we're running 3S power. It's got a single motor that provides propulsion, and unique to this model, which a lot of other two-track machines don't do, this one has a single motor that provides the propulsion. You can see it hiding underneath there. And then there's a continuous rotation servo that rotates the ring gear of two planetaries in opposite directions, and that's what achieves the steering differential here, just like the big ones. So yeah, fully hydraulic here. We've got our pump, reservoir, 4 valves, so I've got a 3-point hitch and then 3 remote valves. And also unique here, you'll see an Arduino Nano with a circuit board that just provides a few more features, smooths out the operation a little bit, takes the inputs from just a cheapy FlySky controller here and massages them a little bit, reverses the steering, controls the speed limit or the farm cruise, and then does a little bit of work with the hydraulics here to change this from being 3-point and the first remote outlet to the second and third remote outlets. And then we've got this is the maximum speed governor right here, and this is your full throttle for forward. Then you flip that in reverse, you've got full throttle in reverse. It also switches, it inverts the steering as well when you're in reverse. So yeah, go ahead and hook it up a little bit here. Always turn your controller on first. Switches up. And go ahead and plug it in. Power it up. All right. So like I said, the steering on it is smoothed out through the Arduino there. So the continuous rotation servo is just a modified digital servo here. It's got quite a bit of power. There's a gear train. Really the magic is in the back here in the rear end, which makes this thing unique and smooth and powerful, but all ball bearings and metal gears, steel shafts. So I've got steering left and right. Everything is fully articulated here. Adjustable tension on the tracks, ball bearings on the idlers, as well as the front idler. Actual working M2 bolts here for the back. Those are all threaded on the mill, because trying to thread by hand an M2 by 0.4 millimeter thread is not very good. So we'll fire up the pump, adjustable speed on the pump. So on the first one I had the fuel tank, was the hydraulic reservoir. Worked really well, but 3D printed stuff and oil don't really mix all that well, so it started to seep eventually and just kind of makes a mess all over everything and gets all over. This one, all the hydraulics are contained up here inside of the cab. which this is a custom 3D printed cab. I milled out the windows here on my mill. I'll eventually make a new hood here as well for the new style tractors. This is just what I had off of a 9570 RX just to get everything fitted in here until I got the hood made. It's actually pretty complex on how you get all the geometry to look decent and make everything work. Headlights and grill, all that stuff need to come yet. But so 3-point hitch on this one. It's got a quick coupler here set up with you know, I think a fairly standard size, but we'll see. We'll talk a little bit about this guy over here, which is a 2660 VT. Get that a little bit later, but so the hydraulics are pretty simple on this Magnum HRC is where I got a lot of this from. But so 3-point hitch, just up and down, pretty simple. It's got a lot of power. You know, even for just being small cylinders here, these are 10mm cylinders. You know, no problem lifting up this whole model and quite a bit of weight. So channel 2 here is for 3-point up and down. Channel 1 is just for one of the SCVs. Actually, need to fix this a little bit here because I stripped out the threads when I was threading it by hand, so that was an oopsie. But on the controller here, so again, taking the Arduino Nano, we're using the iBus communication here between the receiver to the Arduino, and that takes all of the commands from the controller here and massages them within the Arduino and then sends the outputs once it's on board there. But we can switch between the first 2 hydraulics and then the other 2 hydraulics. So this would be for just implement control once you're, you know, if you're not using a 3-point hitch. So throttle, like I said, this controls maximum speed for everything. So if you got it set really low, we can go turn it on here. Another sound module. So full throttle right now, it's set extremely low. You see just barely creeping there. And we can turn it up. And this just controls the maximum speed that your range has here. We got reverse, along with the reverse beeper as well. Steering's inverted through the Arduino, just like on the big tractors. It does smooth things out so you can shuttle shift if you need to. Slowly ramps everything back down, steering, as well as the forward and backward motor, and then ramps it back up. So at this point, this thing is almost, you know, relatively close to being complete. And you do a little bit of work with the roof and get some more lights fitted here, but for the most part, it turned out really well. It's pretty heavy, steel frame. This is laser cut, send, along with the frame here for the mid rollers. But everything else, all these aluminum components were cut on my Langmuir MR1 mill. Yeah, hope you guys like it.